right, Nick. The Los Angeles Chargers, first game of the season, dominating win, at least on one side of the ball. They looked absolutely untouchable. And we're going to talk about that in just a minute. But Chargers fans, my opinion isn't what matters. It's your opinion that matters. And what we want to know in the comments below is, who was your MVP of the game? Was it the new addition, Khalil Mack? Was it Justin Herbert? Was it Austin Eckler? Let us know in the comments below who you think this game's MVP is. But Nick, the Chargers look pretty scary out there, don't you say?
Well, yeah, going into the game, J.C. Jackson obviously not able to play. They kind of played it safe with him, didn't want to rush him back from the injury. There was going to be some concerns as how this Chargers defense was going to hold up into what is widely viewed as a high-powered offense of the Raiders, right? Obviously adding Devontae Adams, Darren Waller is healthy, Hunter Renfrow is a good player, Josh McDaniels is a new offensive guru, their new head coach. The Chargers defense, they won this game for that team. I was blown away. I was expecting this game to be maybe 34-28, 34-31 instead of the 24-19 final that it was. How about Khalil Mack's performance? 3 sacks in his debut in a Los Angeles Chargers uniform. This is why you make the moves you make in the offseason. And I give a lot of credit to the Chargers for making those moves. We talked about it at the time. While everybody else in that division was adding weapons, it was becoming like an offensive arms race. The Chargers kind of zigged when everybody was sagging. They went after defense. They obviously brought in Jackson, brought in Mack, Sebastian Joseph Day. They bolstered those group of guys on that side of the ball exactly for this situation. And that Chargers defense, when it mattered most, right? They got the Raiders into a third down, forced a sack fumble. The Raiders recovered it, but the Raiders went for it on fourth down. The Chargers didn't stop them into the game, right? They forced Derek Carr into 3 interceptions. Derek Carr's usually very, very good with the football. It's very rare to have that happen again with J.C. Jackson not playing. So a lot of credit to the Chargers. They brought in the guys on the defensive side of the ball for exactly this purpose, and they went out and did what they're paid to do. Big win for LA. Just great job all around on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, Nick. And I mean, at this rate, I think Khalil Mack's on pace for 51 sacks this season. Yeah. So we'll keep you posted on that one, see how that ends up. But another interesting thing that I like here is, obviously the Raiders have new all-pro wide receiver Davante Adams on their roster, and you knew Derek Carr was going to try to force feed Adams throughout this whole game. But even though he got targeted 17 times, they kept him down to 140 yards. Not so bad. You would expect if you're getting that many targets a game, he could easily have gotten over 200 yards. But, that being said, 3 picks on Derek Carr, who, like you alluded to, usually keeps it pretty clean. Very impressive. 6 sacks overall. Very, very impressive. And Matt getting 3 sacks is just insane. And I really like the 3 interceptions without your best ball hawking corner, J.C. Jackson, being there. Exactly. So you look pretty scary, and one of your biggest offseason additions wasn't even on the field. So, I mean, another bright spot for this, for me on this, is the always popular Austin Eckler. He did a lot on the ground. He also did a lot in the passing game as well. And I really like him in that aspect. He's good pass catching running back, and he's also a strong runner. So those are very complementary to the Chargers offense.
Yeah, you brought up a really great point here. Looking at the box score right now, there is not a single Charger offensive player that had more than 4 targets. Think about that for a second. Devontae Adams had 17, like you said. The Chargers didn't have a player more than 4. What does that mean? It means they spread the ball around. They used Eckler, Keenan Allen, who got hurt. Hopefully he's okay. Everett, Carter, all these guys, they came out and they just distributed the ball in that offense, obviously headed up by Justin Herbert, who had a very solid game. Yeah, no complaints at all with how he played. We kind of expect him out of this sort of, with Herbert and the kind of the expectations that have arisen from him. But he distributed the ball, managed the game very well, made a couple of big-time throws as well. I'm really impressed with how the Chargers basically beat the Raiders here and overwhelm the Raiders without having to have 1 or 2 key guys on offense have a big explosive day. They did it as a team. We talked about Mack and some of these guys having big plays on defense. Mack, Bosa, Derwin James had a sack as well. Asante Samuel Jr. had a pick. It was sort of individual star efforts on defense, the big names, but on offense, it was a total team win. So if I'm a Chargers fan, I'm really excited because they kind of came into the season, like I already said, doing the opposite of what the other teams in division did. They focused on, keeping that core together on offense and adding studs on defense, and it worked to perfection in a big divisional win to start out the gate.